What's going on, Americans? Jericho Green here with you once again. And I wanted to talk about something. Actually, my brother posted this on Instagram. Shout out to my brother, Ray. There was a story about a Marine in a former Marine in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He was arrested and then detained by ICE and transported to an immigration deportation facility or some shit. And of course, all the fucking anti-Trumpers are losing their fucking mind. All the anti-abolish ICE motherfuckers are losing their mind because ICE may or may not have made a mistake. So here's what happened. This dude named Hilmar Ramos Gomez, former Marine, served from 2011 to 2014, did a tour or two over in Afghanistan, was a corporal, tank. He was assigned to a tank division, regiment, not sure what they call it in the Marines. But anyway, he was arrested because he went to a hospital and was on the roof of the hospital, and he set a little fire or something, so they got him for trespassing, attempted arson, all this stuff. And he was supposed to be released. He called his mom, said they'll let me out of jail, come get me. His mom shows up. They were like, nah, he got sent on a bus with a bunch of refugees or bunch of detainees who were going to be deported. And she was like, what? So she calls this lawyer, her lawyer that she got when she was trying to become a citizen, since I guess if you're an active duty military, you can somehow help family members become citizens or something like that. So she called this lawyer who helped her out, and then he calls the jail and he's like, here's all of his paperwork, his diploma and his discharge papers and pictures of him in the Marines. They were like, oh shit, my bad. Well, let's go get him and get him out and get him back to you. And that's what happened. Now, you read the headlines. I read an article on NPR, read one on the Washington Post, and they were saying, former Marine veteran nearly deported by ICE. Like, ICE is just fucking this blindly racist arm of the Trump administration who, it don't matter if you're a former Marine, it don't matter what, you're an American citizen. If you're brown, we ain't down. If you ain't white, get the fuck out of my sight. You know, that whole thing, they word it like it didn't matter that he was an American citizen. They didn't even check. They just saw his brown ass, grabbed him, get him the fuck out of here, send him back where the brown people come from. And that's fucking bullshit. You think, his name's Hilmar Ramos Gomez. You think they haven't ran into a few of those? They were saying, well, I'm sure he was telling them that he was a U.S. citizen. You think they haven't heard that before? You think they wouldn't have figured this out? Do you think they really would have deported a fucking veteran, a U.S. citizen? The fuck out of here, man. And just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you're exempt from mistakes happening. If there even was a mistake. I read one report where it said that he was telling them he wasn't illegal. So what the fuck are they supposed to do? And the sheriff's department, they don't have to comply with ICE, but they choose to. And they say they will continue to comply with ICE. And they should. Now, I don't know. I haven't read enough about it. Or maybe it can only happen, a couple days ago. So not enough has come out to see whether or not this is 100% a mistake. But it sounds to me, from what I've read, that it's not. They follow procedure. Like I said, they probably heard this shit 1,000 times. I'm a U.S. citizen. My name is this, whatever. Then I'm sure it would have been figured out. And it was. He was not deported. It's not like they did deport him. They're like, oh, fuck, man, my bad. Let's get that dude back over here. And his mom went down there with the lawyer, to get him out and everything. And he wasn't there. He's being treated for his mental illness, very severe PTSD. And that is sad. And all of our veterans that return from war need the help that they deserve. They need to get the help that they deserve. And I appreciate this man's service to this country, going over there, fighting, and getting his mind all fucked up. Of course, that's terrible. But don't fucking drape him in this, oh, he's a veteran? Oh, that nothing should happen to them. Nothing ever happens to them. All veterans are perfect. No, we're not. Shit happens to us, and some veterans are fucking bad. I don't like this shit. Well, he's a veteran, he's untouchable. That shouldn't happen. He's a veteran. Yes, if you're a veteran, you are in a special group, a fraternity, if you will. Because not everybody does it. Yes, you volunteered to put your life on the line for this country, and you should be appreciated for that. But you're not perfect because you're a fucking veteran. Obviously, this dude was committing a crime. That's why he was in custody in the first place. If he's not on top of a roof trying to set a fire, he wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Whether or not that has to do with his PTSD, we don't know. I'll tell you one thing I do know. It's fucking Friday afternoon traffic. Shit! And another thing, when his mother came down there to talk with the media and everything, she needed an interpreter. Well, why? Your son started serving in 2011. That's 7 years ago. Why the fuck don't you know English? If you go somewhere on vacation, you're going to know a little bit. So you can assimilate and blend in to the population out of respect. And especially you're going to move somewhere and live there. Out of respect, you learn the language so the fucking locals it's easier to deal with. And you show that you're assimilating to the culture. Why the fuck does this woman need a fucking interpreter and you've been here for 8 years? Oh, I get it. Probably because you don't give a fuck about being an American. You just want to be in America. That pisses me. I fucking hate that shit. When somebody comes over here, I don't give a fuck. Mexico, South America, China. I don't give a fuck where you come from. If you're coming here to live, learn our fucking language. But you know what? They don't have to. My mom, she worked for the DMV for like 20 years. And when you get, and also not only DMV forms, but voting ballots, all official paperwork comes in like 19 different flavors. You got like a rule or something there, like no sitting your child on the counter. It's in 15 different fucking languages. You go over to their country, do they have it in English? Fuck no, they don't. It's on you to learn their language. You're coming to them. You learn to conform to their ways, not the other way around. And that's how it should be. But why the fuck is she here 7, 8, 9 years and doesn't know enough English to fucking interact with law enforcement? And she said, this is shaking my trust in law enforcement. I don't give a fuck. You can't even communicate with law enforcement, so who gives a fuck what you think? But this is more overreaction, more fake outrage. I.C.E. This is why we need to abolish him, because they almost deported somebody who may or may not have fucking told them that he was illegal. Almost. He didn't get deported. Almost. And even if it was a mistake by ICE, okay, it was a mistake. Our bad. Did they not release him? Did they abuse him? Did they hurt him? Did they starve him? Did they waterboard him? What the fuck did they do? Nothing. And the ACLU is involved. These fucking assholes. ACLU. The Klan is dead. We don't need you fucking lefty fucking extremist liberal pieces of shit anymore. You're right up there with the NAACP. Can it even be the NAACP? It should be the NAAPOC. Because you can't say colored people anymore, right? What about the United Negro College Fund? Is the United People of Color College Fund? You see what I mean? See how stupid this shit sounds? ACLU for what? Did they infringe on his civil liberties? They're operating under the guise that this dude is a fucking illegal. Ergo, he needs to be deported. Especially if he's sitting there telling you, I'm an illegal. Man, please. It's fucking ridiculous. Read the fucking headlines. Former Marine nearly deported by ICE. Because they're a bunch of incompetent dumb fucks. Now, my brother, we don't agree on everything politically, socially, but he's very educated, not only formally, very well traveled, served in 2 branches of the military. But I'm glad he brought this to my attention, because this just goes to show this fucking fake outrage. ICE nearly deports former Marine, veteran, Latino man. All that. Everything to fucking pluck at those heartstrings and get those feely feels going. So you don't concentrate on the facts that he didn't get deported and that it's possibly his fault. Now I just showed you the traffic. Let me get back in it so I can get home to my beautiful family. My wife's going out with a friend tonight for dinner, so it's daddy and the kids. Whatever they want for dinner, wrestling, and we might hit Mayo after that for dessert. I don't know if they have Mayo in other states, but here it's a frozen yogurt ice cream place. They got all kinds of sprinkles and candies and shit that you put on top of the ice cream. The kids love it. Now you know how it goes, people. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Sub, resub, hit that notification bell. The PayPal link is going to be in the description box below. Follow your boy on the Twitters at @green_Jericho. I'm Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.